What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Cycle video and another Cycle beta update. Also, biggest news before I really get into the patch notes and all that stuff, the beta has been extended to April 25th. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into these patch notes here. State of closed beta and patch 2.4. This came out today, I think around lunchtime-ish, maybe a little bit after. But starts off, hi prospectors, today's entry is going to be twofold. We're planning to have our weekly beta update tomorrow, which will be Wednesday the 13th of April. And as usual, we're ready to share our patch notes early with you. You'll find them as a second part to this page. But first, we'd like to include a few words about the current state of the beta and, more importantly, its very near future. State of closed beta, let's start with a few words about our ongoing beta. We've been going strong for about a month, by now, and are still seeing thousands of prospectors dropping on the surface of Fortuna 3 on a daily basis. We're still constantly amazed and excited to see so many of you enjoying our game and sharing your feedback with all of us. It's been a huge help to us, or to our development teams, allowing them to confirm which points they should focus on and release those much needed weekly patches as usual. Deep thanks to all of you out there. But again, we are more than aware of all the issues that have been emerging since the start of our beta. We are laser focused on fixing all those as soon as we can and want to make sure the game will reach a finely polished state at release. The bad news is we feel more time is needed to accomplish that, and we won't be releasing this month. The good news is we definitely have time to run this beta for a while longer, granting you access to the game for longer and allowing us to keep working on our current build. In other words, closed beta 2 will be extended for another week up to April 25th. A further announcement about the release date will be published soon enough, so make sure to keep an eye out for that one. This made me feel like the release date was going to happen basically next week, but with all the community found issues and things that have come up, I feel like that's why they pushed it back. So my inkling, this is obviously fully speculation, is that the beta or the full release will be a week after April 25th at some point. So the week of May 2nd. That's my guess, but moving on to the actual patch notes. Cycle Beta 2, patch 2.4, and now onto our second part, tomorrow's update, and all you need to know about it. We aim to have that maintenance at 10 a.m. CEST, 7 p.m. AEDT, or 4 a.m. EDT on the 13th of April. Please remember the in-game announcements are currently not working. You will lose your gear if you're on the planet when the maintenance starts. Adjustments, and man, these are some interesting adjustments, but that's all right. The dropout sequence of a player will only start if they have finished loading to prevent getting killed while your game did not load. Start mission was changed to accept mission. As outlined in our last blog post, we're testing some changes to squads. The outlines of your squad mates will only be visible if they are in your line of sight, so no more seeing your teammates through walls. They increased the K-mark costs for rare to exotic helmets and shields. Rare shields got their increased their crafting costs from 4,600 to 12,000 K-marks. It's a pretty big increase. Epic shields increased crafting costs from 9,100 to 36,000 K-marks. Exotic shields increased crafting costs from 17,000 to 82,000 K-marks. Rare helmets 3,800 to 6,300 K-marks. Rare tactical helmets 2,500 to 7,600 K-marks. Rare restoration helmets 2,500 to 7,600 K-marks. Epic helmets 7,600 to 19,000. Exotic helmets 14,000 to 43,000, and night vision helmets 43,000 to 64,000. That's a lot of price increases, which overall I think is good. As I felt like the purples and above, maybe really purple is the big one for me at least, were pretty plentiful within the game, so it's kind of nice to see them, trying to hopefully balance that out a little bit. They fixed the uncommon restoration and tactical helmets costing less K-marks to craft than the regular helmet. Uncommon tactical helmet increased crafting costs from 840 to 1,700, and the uncommon restoration helmet got increased from 840 to 1,700 as well. They fixed the repair cost being much higher than intended. Fully repairing a shield or helmet should now cost no more than 85% of its K-mark cost, or negative 85. Reduced armor value for rare to exotic helmets. The rare helmet armor value reduced from 20 to 19. Rare tactical helmet armor value reduced from 17 to 16. Rare restoration 17 to 16. Epic helmet 25 to 22. Exotic and night vision 30 to 24. So overall, time to kill will be quicker, at least against people using these types of armors, which overall I think is good as well. There are times where I would just mag dump someone or near mag dump, and they would still survive if they're wearing some of that epic stuff. So it's kind of good to see, depending on gun, of course. They updated the K-mark shop prices and recipes for consumables, gas grenades, increased buying price from 2,000 to 3,000, and reduced crafting costs from 600 to 300 K-marks, reduced the amount of toxic glands from 3 to 1. So this one, they increased the price to buy it, but it made it easier to craft or cheaper to craft. The audio decoy, the buying price got increased from 1,000 to 2,000. Crafting costs also got decreased from 300 to 200. Strong stim These are the ones I don't necessarily agree with, because it's like, why? But you know, it is what it is. I could maybe see the combat stims, but the strong stims, like those are like the basic good stims, because the basic ones are just poo poo. But you know, that's just my opinion. But the strong stims got an increased buying price from 1,000 to 3,000 K marks. The combat stims got an increased buying price from 1,500 to 4,600. The strong med kit got an increase from 1,000 to 3,000, and the combat med kit got an increase from 1,500 to 4,600 K marks. They also added uncommon and rare rewards to early game contracts, and Rattlers and Marauders are now more likely to switch aggro and fighting multiple players at the same time. Overall, I think all these changes are pretty good, or adjustments. I do think that the stim ones specifically are just a little unnecessary, but that's okay. Bug fixes, fixing the issue where lost items could count towards mission progression in the end of match screen. Additional fixes to some different exploits that could be abused was also fixed as well. Known issues, data in the battle log can sometimes show misleading data, and due to an issue in the customer support tool, you might not receive your answer. The ticket is checked and replied to, though. As usual, please feel free to share your feedback with us. Stay tuned for more information about our next steps of our closed beta 2. Thank you for your patience, prospectors. Overall, I think these are pretty okay patch changes. It's nice to have a beta extension, just get us, to play more. But I mean, my inclination is that game development takes time, so they're probably working on some of the bigger changes that people have been asking for, and the whole cheater problem that I've been hearing about and stuff like that. But anyways, those were the patch notes. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. I would love to know people's thoughts and how they're feeling about the game as well. Overall, on Reddit, I've seen a lot of salt, but that's kind of what else is new. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Either way, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff people tell you to do, tickle the bell, and I will see you in the next one.